like to welcome you all to AI for Building MVPs. Please help me welcoming our product marketing manager, Rutvij Bise, and our senior software engineer, Ali Cody.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rutvij. I lead product marketing for Bubble's AI features. I started building on Bubble at my last job when I needed a way to quickly spin up early versions of products that the company could consider shipping in the future. I bought into the hype, and I joined the team earlier this year. Ali is the lead engineer on our AI team, and together, we're so excited to share with you what we've been spending the last couple of months on. And I won't bury the lead. What we announce and demo today, you'll be able to interact with at our AI booth downstairs after the session. If you've been following along, you'll remember that this past spring, like around June, we launched AI-powered page generation at Bubble, which is our first foray into harnessing the power of AI to shorten development timelines. We released it because we thought it was really helpful for new users that were just getting their start on Bubble. And it makes sense. Creating something from scratch is a lot harder than editing something that's already there, which is what the page designer feature enabled. Writers or creator's block is real. That's why we've gotten such positive feedback from new users that are getting into this feature. They're using Bubble and sticking around on it as a result. And Bubble's magic is not just in design. It's in design, data, and logic. That's why today's announcement takes a big step forward from our June release. What we announced today will do three things. One, you'll be able to build a custom full-stack app from a prompt with a front end, a back end, and a logic layer linking the two. Second, this new feature will lower the barrier to entry for new users on the platform. And third, it will allow founders to optimize their time allocation earliest in their journey because the development process will have shortened. Out of curiosity, how many of you here today are founders? OK. How many of you have already launched products? A lot of you. And how many of you are still working on V1s? OK, we got a few. A lot of you have told us that getting started on Bubble is the hardest part. With this, we made it a lot easier, so that the next generation of Bubble developers won't have to jump through the same hoops that you might have when you got started. And if you're building something new, you won't have to either. We know that being a founder is more than just having an idea. It's about taking that idea and turning it into something real, tangible, something that can change lives in the way that work gets done. But the path to get there, it's tough. Building that first version of your app is just one challenge amongst many. It's late nights, constant pivots, endless problem solving, wearing every hat in the business. And honestly, most of the time, it's pushing through when others probably would have just given up. And all too often, especially in the earliest stages of your journey, it's a lot of hard work without a single dollar coming in. Your sales, you are product, you are marketing, you are engineering. Time is your most valuable asset and your #1 resource. And somehow it always seems to be in short supply. The market has recognized this, and it seems that every day we see a new thread about a new AI tool that makes a lot of big promises about changing the way people create. And while some are truly pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible, a lot of these app generators are really hard to iterate on, especially if they output code. For those of us just getting started, or for anyone less technical, we can hit a wall very, very quickly trying to debug, deploy, or iterate. At Bubble, we're trying to remove complexity, not add it. We've been doing that for 13 years. We're pretty good at it by now. And along the way, we've listened to countless founders in our community share their struggles, their wins, and their needs. That's why today's about more than just a new feature. Today, we're showcasing something that goes deeper, a new way to help founders like you get to where you're going faster and with more confidence. Introducing Bubble Assist. Bubble Assist is our commitment to simplifying your founder journey with the help of AI. We want to help everyone in this room spend more of their time iterating and less of their time on first drafts. I want to take us back to the keynote for a second and the day one, day two approach that Josh had laid out. Day one is about getting up and running, and day two is about refining based on customer feedback. The early stage of building is all about learning and getting feedback as fast as possible with precision. The faster you set up your app on day one, the quicker you can talk to a customer on day two. And the faster you're able to deploy changes based on that feedback on day two, the shorter the feedback loops become and the faster you get to market. Today, we're demoing the day one part, creating full stack applications with a single prompt. We've reimagined the flow for a new user creating their first Bubble app. We sped up the design process, added more customization options, and added logic and data layers. And the output is an app that just works and that you refine on a secure, scalable platform. The day two part has existed for the last 13 years. It's you using the Bubble editor. Take your head start, given to you by Bubble Assist, and iterate on it, taking advantage of the shortened feedback cycles that no-code enables. Using Bubble, you can get to market faster with a better product. We're here to help you focus on really matters, bringing your idea to life. Because at the end of the day, the world doesn't need just more ideas. It needs more founders, like all of you, who can turn those ideas into a reality. And we believe that with the right tools and a small assist, there's no limit to what you can achieve. What does this actually look like in action? I'm going to turn it over to Ali to share a story, one that might sound a lot like your own.
Thanks, Rufage. All right, well, meet Nadia. Nadia is an entrepreneur with a passion. She runs her own business, making floral arrangements and bouquets, but so far, she's had to rely on word-of-mouth referrals to grow her business. She hasn't found an online marketplace that quite meets her needs or puts her products in front of the right audience. But for a while now, she's had a lingering urge to solve this problem herself and fill the gap in the market. She wants to build an app that connects artisans in New York City directly with buyers who appreciate local handcrafted goods. But like many first-time founders, Nadia is not a software engineer. She's built a couple web pages, and she's very resourceful, definitely no stranger to navigating roadblocks, but she's found herself stuck in this all too familiar place where her vision is clear, but the path to building it is foggy. Nadia spent weeks trying different tools. She's even hired a friend who's a developer to build a mock-up for her. But progress is slow, costs are mounting, and she's discouraged. And quite frankly, she's on the verge of giving up. But then one day, she's browsing Reddit, and she comes across Bubble Assist. Nadia's heard of Bubble, but she's also heard that it's complex and has a steep learning curve. People are saying that Bubble Assist makes it easier to get started. So Nadia decides it's worth a shot and decides to check it out. Nadia clicks into the Bubble website, she signs up, and she opts to build a new app with AI. It's on this page that she's invited to share her idea. And while she's skeptical, she's also intrigued. This is where her path to success truly begins. Nadia starts with a prompt, simple, clear, and directly aligned with her vision of connecting artisans with buyers. Notice the list of key features that Bubble Assist delivers. This gives Nadia insight into the building blocks of her application. And it also gives her an opportunity to provide more direction. So after reviewing the list of features, Nadia decides she actually also wants wishlist functionality, and she adds this. And we'll see that her app blueprint is updated accordingly. Once Nadia is satisfied with her app plan, she can click to generate her app, and within just a few minutes, what was once simply an idea will become a fully functioning MVP. So let's take a look at Nadia's app, and we've actually pre-populated this with sample data so we can show off how it works. The first thing to call out is that the finished app is totally responsive. We can see that it looks great at a range of page sizes, screen sizes. And Nadia's not looking at a template. She's looking at a totally custom app purpose-built for her business. So the AI has generated a number of components, and it's combined them to create multiple well-designed pages. But Bubble Assist takes Nadia's app one step further by generating a complete data schema as well as workflows that are ready for action. So everything that Nadia imagined, from a product listing, a user profile, and even an artisan dashboard, are already built in, connected, and functional. So let's take a closer look. As a logged out user, I can search the items for sale, and these are all dynamic data. None of this is static placeholders. We're querying what's actually in the database. So I can search or I can filter by something like a category to find the items that I'm interested in. Log in, sign up, and log out all are fully built, work seamlessly, and render conditionally. I'm actually already a customer on NYC Crafted, so I'll log in and we can explore more of the functionality from the end user's perspective. Clicking into my profile, there's a lot that we can see here. There's a lot we can do. I can edit my profile. I can view details of my past orders, and I can manage my wish list. But I actually have to get a gift for my friend's birthday that's coming up. So let's go back to the main page, and we can search for a mug that she might like. Once we've searched, we'll be able to view details. We can learn a little more about each product, add it to the cart, or we can save it to our wish list. That custom functionality that Nadia explicitly requested at the start has been brought to life by Bubble Assist, which I think is pretty awesome. Now, if we take another look at the wish list, we can see that it's been updated. And if I've decided I want to buy the handcrafted mug, I can add that to my cart and remove the other from my wish list, and we see that it updates in real time. Just to come full circle, we can also take a look at the cart page and see that that's been updated as well. That's just a small sample of what Bubble Assist can do. Let's also take a look at the editor and see what's happening under the hood. Components are configured with expressions that power the dynamic UI we just demoed. So Nadia can take a look at the artisan dashboard and see that there's an expression that populates a repeating group with a seller's product listings. And the search is smart. It knows to filter by the current user. When Nadia opens the data tab, she'll see that all the data types required for her app's functionality have already been generated, and each one is configured with multiple fields. And then, when she navigates to the workflow tab, she'll see that all the necessary workflows have been created to connect the front end and the back end of her application. For example, we can take a look at this multi-step workflow that enables a seller to list a new item. So when the submit button is pressed, we grab the values from the form, use them to create a new database item, hide the form, and then reset the inputs. Nadia needs this app to work out of the box, and it does just that. Nadia isn't bogged down by technical debt. She's not dependent on a developer's schedule, and she doesn't even need to switch tools between developing, deploying, and testing. At the same time, she's not sacrificing detail or control. She's able to customize her app's design, data, and logic with incredible precision. So she's iterating at the speed of her imagination, spending more time on strategy and customer engagement and less time on building. As Nadia approaches her launch date, she's confident. Why? Because she got her start with Bubble Assist and then leveraged the power of the Bubble editor to shorten the feedback loop. She was able to go to potential clients with a working product, get input, make changes immediately, all on her own. With Bubble, Nadia has turned an idea into an MVP, and then transformed that MVP into a product that's robust, scalable, and perfectly suited for her target users. And she's done it in record time. What once would have taken months of work, Bubble Assist got started for her within just minutes. And she was able to start 2 steps ahead with momentum on her side from the beginning. The day arrives, Nadia launches her app, and within hours, she's receiving orders from new customers, and her inbox fills with messages from excited artisans and locals who are eager to join the platform. Bubble Assist has not only turned her idea into a reality, it's given her the momentum to turn that reality into a thriving business. And now I'll invite Rootvig back out to close out.
Thanks, Allie. Nadia's story is just one of many. Bubble Assist won't be just a tool. It will be a catalyst for founders who want to build faster, smarter, and with more confidence than ever before. If you're like Nadia, starting your journey with an idea and a dream, Bubble Assist is here to help you turn your vision into a reality, quickly and easily. As attendees of Bubblecon, you will have priority access to the waitlist to sign up for Bubble Assist starting today. We're launching it in alpha in November, so make sure you sign up before then. And join us at our booth downstairs to get a preliminary look at it. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have questions, thank you. If you have questions, do come down to the booth. We'll be there until 5 or 5:30. We really can't wait to see what you start building. But we know that this kind of announcement bubbles up questions in people's minds. And we did want to try and answer some of the ones that we think will be floating around right away, especially since we've seen a lot of code-specific tools in the last few weeks and months launch that claim to do what we just demoed. And so we're going to bring up a special guest who's going to share some of his perspectives on AI. Come on up, Josh.
Hello again. Can we get one more round of applause for Rootvig and Allie? They've done incredible work on this project.
All right, Josh, we've seen a lot about Cursor, Replit, other tools that can make writing code easier. How do you see them interacting with the no-code space?
Yeah, so I think the tools that use AI to help you write code, they're certainly not going to replace no code. I think they have a very important role in supplementing it. One of the things that makes no code successful is its extensibility, right? Like Bubble can be extended with custom JavaScript. Our new mobile release will be able to be extended with React Native, and that extensibility, like the same way that low-level languages can always drop down to an even lower level, that's key to what no-code is and what no-code's all about. And I think a lot of these AI-powered code builders are going to have a huge role in letting people, quickly get V1s of plugins, or build a custom integration to something that we haven't had the chance to integrate yet. So I'm really excited for the connection between them, especially in the extensibility space.
Awesome. What's next on Bubble's AI roadmap in your mind? When are we going to see more AI enablement in the editor?
Yeah, so Bubble Assist is kind of like the invitation in here, right? It's a way of saying, can you get from 0 to 1 and have something to play with without having to go through the full build process? But the journey doesn't stop there. Once you're in the editor and have a working app, we're also super excited about using AI to speed up the editing process, right? Like imagine if instead of typing out a complex expression, you could just, tell the computer what expression you wanted and it would get generated for you, or a workflow, right? Like auto building that, or even cooler things like, hey, take my app and redo the design for me, neaten things up, change the color scheme, make it look cooler, right? Like there's a lot of possibility there. So we're starting with Bubble Assist, but that's the beginning. It's not the endpoint. And we want to deploy a lot of the technologies developed in Bubble Assist into the editor.
Exciting stuff.
Excited about it.
This is a question for our agency friends and seasoned Bubble developers. What impact do we think Bubble's AI features are going to have for our ecosystem and our agencies?
Yeah, so I see Bubble AI as a big accelerator for agencies and freelance developers because it means the amount of time it takes to, get something out to a client is going to go down because it saves a lot of the repetitive step-by-step work. What I don't think it will do is replace the human in the loop, right? There's a lot of sci-fi scenarios, some of which might come true in our lifetimes, who knows, where AI becomes sentient and becomes a human being and it takes over the world or has the same kind of agency that we have. Short of that vision, which I think changes everything, if that happens, I don't even know if software development will be relevant the same way. But short of that vision, AI does not have the ability to make some of the key judgments about what you're trying to build, why you're trying to build it, having the judgment that an expert Bubble developer has about what users actually need and what what success looks like. So I see human and AI interaction is a very collaborative process, and we're building all our AI features with that in mind, with the goal of speeding people up but not replacing them.
Makes sense. I feel like building, AI enablement is going to be easier and easier, faster and faster. Do you think people will move off Bubble as building with AI and code together becomes easier?
Yeah, no, is the short answer to the question, right? It sort of goes back to what I was saying about the human in the loop. I don't see that piece disappearing. And if there is a human in the loop, should that human be interacting primarily with code, or should it be interacting with no code? I think people want to interact with the clearest, simplest way of expressing things to a computer that they have, and that's what we've built with Bubble, right? The original design process for Bubble was us sitting and thinking, if we had to explain to a computer how we wanted a piece of software to behave, how would we express that, right? And all the future iteration we do on Bubble comes with that mentality in mind, sharpening that level of communication. So I think no code is going to be even more important in the age of AI because it's going to bring more people into the fold and allow people who might have been totally scared of even doing no code to participate as software developers. But I certainly don't see no code or Bubble going anywhere because of AI.
All right, we have one question to round us off. How do you want Bubble to evolve to keep pace with innovation in the AI side?
Yeah, a lot of change is changing fast on the AI side, and that's awesome. Our AI team is so excited to keep up with everything going on. They read the latest research papers, they engage with all the latest announcements. We are approaching this from a couple angles. First of all, we're developing relationships with some of the largest and most important LLM vendors. We want to really invest in partnering with players like OpenAI and Anthropic as they develop their models so that we can stay on the cutting edge of capabilities. I would also like to see us invest more and more in developing our own AI research practice in-house. We have on our AI team, we have 2 people who are basically, mostly doing the more research side of research and development, and I want to keep on investing in that and make Bubble eventually an innovation hub pushing forward the frontier of what's possible with AI, not just in terms of no code, but in terms of really the theoretical underpinnings, behind how a lot of these LLMs and AI systems are producing outputs. So I'm super excited by the opportunity in this space, and I think we have a cool angle into it as sort of a programming language software development platform, and yeah, I'm super psyched about it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Josh, for your time. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to the session today. Like I said, check out our booth downstairs if you want to play around with Bubble Assist for a little bit afterwards. Have a good one and enjoy the rest of the day.
Later. Check out the booth. It's going to be awesome.